Okay, I'm annoyed about something again. So, back in the day when I used to rant about Overwatch, I'm ranting about Counter-Strike today. So, some of you might know I've been recording a solo queue to global on one of my accounts, and this whole rant is stemming from the fact that I'm recording that solo queue to global. Essentially, what the problem is when I queue on solo queue to global, it has not an amazing trust factor, but it's not at the bottom, right? So it's not like spin botters every game or anything like that. It's tolerable. Like, the people who are cheating are so bad at cheating that in a lot of scenarios I can still win, as you would kind of expect. But anyway, the problem is this. When I queue and I play the game, I am actively punished for trying to win. Now that sounds kinda dumb, right? Like, why would the game punish me for trying to win? Alright, well, let me explain. Essentially, the way the CSGO reporting system works is it has become a cultural norm inside the CSGO reporting system where if you have the opportunity to report somebody, or you find yourself reporting somebody, you would tick every box. So you would tick communication abuse, griefing, aimbot, wallhack, whatever the options are, right? That's the typical thing that you do. You just click everything. It doesn't matter if the person was only talking shit, you still report them for aimbotting, wallhack, everything. Which is goofy as fuck, but that's just the way people do it. That's just the norm. Let's say someone gets reported. Let's say a cheater gets reported. He would get sent to a system called Overwatch, where essentially, people, like members of the community who the game deemed good enough, would watch a demo of that player playing the game, and they would determine if they were cheating or not. And let's say there's 15 people who watch the demo. If, let's say, 80% of them all agree on the same kind of thing, like this guy's aimbotting, this guy's walling, the player would get banned. Okay? Community system, fairly easy to understand, and it works really, really well. And it's only really been abused a couple times in the game's lifespan, where people were using bots to use Overwatch and ban people that they kind of wanted, regardless of the fact if they were cheating or not, or situations like that, okay? So they disabled it, they fixed it, they re-enabled it, and basically what they were doing was they were realizing that they weren't banning people fast enough. They weren't banning cheaters fast enough. So they implemented a new system to try and deal with the cheaters. Whoa, that's a great thing, you say. That's incredible. Less cheaters, that's good. We like that. And I agree. I think less cheaters is fantastic. However, the system does not punish cheaters. It does, but it's not the main focus, because cheaters typically know how to avoid this, and the way you avoid it is deliberately playing worse by turning your cheats down a little bit, right? Like, maybe making it so your wall hack only appears on targets that are visible, right? Like, you have like, say, like, the person is glowing, okay, so you can react faster to them, or you've got very smooth aimbot that just kind of helps you out a little bit, but not really, right? So that's what a legit cheater would do to try and get around that system that they added. And I'll explain the system now. If a player receives too many griefing reports, so let's say 10 players report you for griefing in 24 hours, you receive a cooldown. Automatically. No review, nothing. You get banned, essentially. So first offense is 24 hours, second offense is 48, all the way to level 14, which is 14 days. You can get banned for 14 days automatically for playing well. Who thought this was a good idea? Seriously. What an unbelievably, like, nuclear way to deal with the problem, like cheating, where, although it's a giant problem, you should not be actively punishing your player base who aren't cheating because there are cheaters. That just doesn't make sense. Why is it when I queue into matchmaking, let's say I'm way better than everyone there, right? Then everyone's like, oh, well, just go play FaceIt. Like, you're like a 4,000 elo FaceIt 10, or like whatever it is you're a semi-pro. You shouldn't be playing matchmaking. Okay, fair enough. You can think that, right? And to a point, yeah, it is kind of smurfing. Even in global elite matchmaking, it's fairly easy for me to drop 50 or 60 kills and hard carry a game, okay? That's fine. And I think that's okay. I think if I'm good enough and I'm in the top rank, I should be able to outperform people. Like, imagine you went to a Rocket League pro and told him that he couldn't play ranked anymore because he was too good. He had to play in some like private league with other pro players. It's the only environment he's allowed to play. That's the goofiest shit in the world. No one would be ever like in support of that. That's fucking stupid, right? Why is it that I'm not allowed to play matchmaking because I'm good at the game? Is that not dumb to anyone else? That's ridiculous. I should not have to play FaceIt. I should not have to play eSport or ESCA or I should not have to grind for FPL. Okay, that's goofy as fuck, especially when the FaceIt environment is so dog shit. If you're not like super familiar with FaceIt players, it can be some of the worst in playing environment I've ever experienced in Counter-Strike, especially in the really high elo where people take it super seriously. Not necessarily like 4, 5, 6k. Those players tend to be a bit more chill. Some of them are assholes, but that's just life. It's around like the 2 to 3k mark where the game is full of just like actual parasites of just like the most heinous shit you've ever said because you lost a 1v5 or you decided to go for a 1v1 clutch that your team said you shouldn't go for and that you should save, right? Fair enough. If someone makes a wrong decision, criticism is fine, right? That's how a player improves. But when I queue into FaceIt, the reality is that it's just a horrible experience. It's just boring. First of all, it's boring as fuck. Everyone takes it so obscenely seriously that you're doxed if you don't take it the same seriousness as them. And if you do want to grind it to FPLC, FPL, or you want to get really, really good, and you want to play in a league, I'm just going to be real with you. I've experienced all of it. It's all dog shit. It all sucks. FPLC is the worst, like, semi-pro or, like, high-level experience I've ever had playing a game ever. FPLC and the admins who participate in it, and remove players and add players, are full of some of the most unbelievably moronic human beings I've ever seen. I had a friend who was in FPLC, and he, actually, I'll give the exact incident. We're playing Mirage, he's on B, right? We're on CT side, he plays B, he plays site anchor, he's holding site, and the enemy team only went A the entire game. They never went B. So he played site anchor, so he did very, very poorly, because the only situations he would ever get to fight players was on the retake, or if they gave too much info and he could rotate prematurely. Okay, so his stats weren't amazing. His ADR was dog shit and his KD was like slightly negative. Okay, and considering the fact that every opportunity he had to kill people was on retake, that's still pretty incredible. But he was removed from FPLC for underperforming. Right? The admins thought he was not good enough to be in FPLC anymore. That is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Okay, so not only that, the people who fill that environment suck as well. They're all horrific human beings. It's absurd, some of the shit people come out with when you don't play absolutely perfectly. Even FPL is full of fucking unbelievably dog shit players who think they're incredible with giant egos, and it just tilts the fuck out of me, because why would I ever want to be in this environment, right? Where if I'm not absolutely sweating to my fucking life's core, which, to be fair, I should be. It's the ranked environment. It's the professional league of FaceIt or whatever. You should be absolutely trying your hardest. Fine. Fair enough. I agree. I should be trying my hardest. And in 99% of cases, I was and am. But even when I'm taking it absolutely seriously, people still find an excuse to get really fucking mad at me. And be like, you're fucking terrible, man, you're terrible. You've only got 34 frags, no impact frags, you're a bot, right? Whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter, right? So, I said, you know what, fuck FaceIt, man, this shit sucks. I want to go play matchmaking. So now, when I play matchmaking, and I do well, or even if I don't do well, because that's the thing, if I underperform, people report me for griefing, I get a cooldown. If I overperform, people report me for griefing, I get a cooldown. I play normally, but let's say I accidentally flash a teammate, that's a cooldown. I throw a bad molly, that's a cooldown. One bad call, that's a cooldown. Why? Why is that the system? So then I go, you know what? Okay, this account is just fucked. Okay, that is what it is. I can't really play on this account anymore. Let's play on a new account. Right, let's get off this global elite account with thousands of hours, and let's go play on a different account. One that has less reports on it, so I can actually play the game. So, I'm playing my 2 initial ranking matches. So you can only play 2 a day for your first 10 to get your rank. So I play my 2. It's silver. I do very well. I'm like, okay, I get a shitload of reports because it's fucking silver. It is what it is. Then, let's say I breeze through all of my my 10 games, which I did on my solo queue global account, and I get like Master Guardian. Then, I have to grind through Master Guardian to get to global, but we're running into the same problem where I'm performing well, so they're reporting me. So then I'm getting a cooldown again. So we've gotten to the point where I've dedicated myself to this game and improved so much to the point where I'm not allowed to play matchmaking because I'm too good for it. And I'm not allowed to play FaceIt because I don't want to play the game for a living. So what do? If I queue in FaceIt, I have a fucking horrible experience because FaceIt in general, it just sucks. It is just not fun at all. But if you're solo queuing in FaceIt, it is unbelievably miserable. It sucks really bad. Honestly, it is fucking atrocious how bad solo queue is on FaceIt. Okay? So I can't play FaceIt, and I can't play matchmaking. So I just can't play the game. I am actively punished to the point where playing the game is not an option anymore, simply because I'm better than 99% of players. Do we realize how goofy that is? Like, we're all listening to the same thing, right? We all realize how unbelievably stupid that is. I am actively punished, and so are many other very good players, actively punished for being good at the game. Like, imagine you went to Magnus Carlsen while he was playing chess and went, "Hey man, we gotta give you a timeout. You can't play more games because you're too good." That is unbelievably heinous. That just does not make any sense at all. It's the goofiest shit on the planet. Hopefully in CS2, the system is fixed. But right now, it is borderline impossible to record matchmaking content, because if I play one game, I'm instantly hit with a 7-day. And that's honestly, that's a good scenario. Because I have other accounts where if I play a game, I'm instantly hit with a 14-day. It doesn't matter if I'm playing average, badly, well, communicating well. It literally has no impact. I know if I play a game, I'm getting a cooldown. And I think that's incredibly stupid. So, I'm going to try my best to record decent matchmaking content, but seriously, it is borderlining on impossible because I am punished for being good at the game and having practiced. So, just in case you ever were like, yeah, I want to get really, really good at this game, don't. Because if you do, your experience will be horrible. Kind of similar to how it is in Overwatch. Anyway, alright, goodbye. Mwah.